You want to know the number one reason you're not succeeding at the level you know you're capable of? It's not lack of talent. It's not lack of intelligence. It's not opportunity, luck, timing, or who you know. It's focus. And let me hit you with something that's not motivational fluff. This is documented truth. There's a famous story about Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. They were at a dinner together. Someone asked them both to write down the single word that explained why they were successful. They wrote their answers separately, and when they flipped their cards over, both wrote the exact same word: focus. Two of the most successful people on earth, different industries, different personalities, different life philosophies, came to the same conclusion. Focus is the ultimate competitive advantage. So let me ask you something directly, calmly, like a commander looking at you across the table. What has your lack of focus already cost you? Because in the age of AI, acceleration, noise, and 1,000 micro distractions every minute, you're not just losing time when you lose focus. You're losing identity, you're losing clarity, you're losing courage, you're losing the version of you were meant to become. Hi, Unbreakable leaders. I'm PAVNESS, courage decision scientist and leadership advisor. For 23 years inside billion-dollar organizations, I watched leaders crumble, hesitate, or rise when pressure hit, and I became obsessed with understanding why. And what I discovered is simple. If you don't control your focus, something else will control you. Welcome to PAVNESS Unbreakable Leadership Lab, Courage Under Pressure. Let's get into this. I want to tell you a story, a moment that shook me awake. Years ago, I was in a high-stakes role inside a large organization. Deadlines, reorgs, competing priorities, meetings stacked on top of meetings until nobody even remembered why we were meeting. You've been there. And then something happened. Not a crisis, not an emergency, just a moment of brutal clarity. I was sitting in a conference room during one of those meetings where everyone is multitasking, half listening, half scrolling, half pretending to be productive. And I watched a leader I deeply respected slowly lose control of the room. Not because he wasn't smart, not because he wasn't capable, but because he wasn't present. His mind was in 10 places, his focus was fractured, and the whole team felt it. Confusion trickled down, decisions stalled, accountability collapsed, people started making up their own versions of what needed to be done. And I remember thinking, this is what failure looks like now. Not incompetence, not laziness, not lack of ambition, fragmented focus. Because in this era, the AI era, a distracted leader is a dangerous leader. For themselves, for their teams, and for the decisions that matter. And here's the truth nobody tells you. Your lack of focus isn't a time management problem. It's a pressure problem. It's a psychology problem. It's a nervous system problem. It's a courage problem. Let me break it down. When you live under chronic pressure, the constant drip of Slack messages, emails, expectations, demands, politics, comparison, perfectionism, your nervous system goes into survival mode. And survival mode does not care about your goals. It cares about keeping you alive. So what does your brain do when it feels overwhelmed? It scatters, it scans, it searches for threats. It jumps from task to task to find a sense of control. It replaces deep work with dopamine scraps. That's why you start 10 things and finish none. That's why you check your phone without thinking. That's why you procrastinate the important work. That's why you say yes when you should say no. That's why you end the week exhausted, but unclear on what you actually accomplished. I've been there too. Let me show you the real mechanism behind this. When you're under pressure, 3 things happen. First, your brain switches from forward focus to threat focus. You're not thinking about your future, you're thinking about avoiding pain. Second, you experience decisional drag. Your ability to make clear, fast decisions drops because you're overwhelmed. Third, your identity fragments. You stop acting like the leader you are and start acting like the scared version of you that just wants to avoid criticism, judgment, or failure. So when you say, I can't focus, what you really mean is, I'm in a pressure state and my brain is protecting me instead of progressing me. Here's the twist, the moment that changes everything. Focus isn't a skill, it's a state, a regulated, courageous state. And if you don't take command of that state, pressure will take command of you. You can't focus when your nervous system is overloaded. You can't focus when your environment is chaotic. You can't focus when you're playing mental ping pong with your fears. This is why people who seem disciplined aren't always more talented. They just know how to stay in a focused state longer. Now let me give you a PAVNESS framework, something I've used with executives and founders who run companies, teams, and empires. It's called the Focus Under Pressure Protocol. 3 steps, simple, immediate, commander grade. Step 1, stabilize your nervous system. You cannot focus in a dysregulated state. 1 breath pattern, inhale for 4, exhale for 8. This forces your body into calm command. Step 2, define 1 mission, not 5 priorities, not 12 tasks, 1 mission. Leaders fail because they confuse activity with direction. Ask yourself, what actually moves the needle today? Your brain loves simplicity. Give it 1 target. Step 3, eliminate optional inputs. Focus dies in noise. This means phone out of reach, inbox closed, notifications off, Slack invisible. Your environment either supports your identity or sabotages it. Build an environment that takes your side. Stabilize, define, eliminate. This is how you create focus on command, even in the fog of pressure. Now let's talk about you. Maybe right now, you're juggling 47 invisible expectations. Maybe you start your day with clarity and end it in chaos. Maybe you keep saying you need more discipline, but what you actually need is fewer distractions and a regulated body. You're not failing because you lack focus. You're failing because you're drowning in the modern world's assault on attention. So here's what I want you to do starting today. 1, identify your 1 mission for the next 24 hours, not 5. 1. 2, remove 1 distraction that has been pulling you out of your life. It could be the phone by your bed, the open email tab, the colleague whose crisis becomes your crisis. Pick 1. Remove it. 3. Create 1 45-minute deep work block. No interruptions, no noise, just you and the thing that matters. You will be shocked at how powerful you feel after just 1 session of real focus. 4. Practice the Focus Under Pressure Protocol every morning for 7 days. This is how you train your nervous system to stop scattering and start locking in. 5. Ask yourself the same question Bill Gates and Warren Buffett effectively answered in 1 word. What would change in my life if I actually focused? Your future depends on your ability to answer that question honestly. If this resonated, drop a comment with the word focus to anchor your commitment today. And if you're a leader trying to stay clear, confident, and courageous in a world that keeps throwing pressure at you, this is your show. Hit subscribe, share this with someone who's drowning in noise, and I'll see you in the next episode of PAVNESS, Courage Under Pressure.